Hi, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you, Emrys?
I'm great. I'm excited to know about your new. Tell me about your new booth uh, specials. You used to just sell booths, and now you're selling booths plus marketing packages, right?
Yes. Well, one thing I've noticed over the years putting on events is that uh, a lot of the vendors don't know how to market themselves or sell themselves or promote themselves, and it's they're pretty much setting themselves up to fail if they don't do some things to market themselves as well as just showing up at a booth. And
Hmm.
so, uh, for example, let me give you a couple examples. Some people are good at selling other people, but not themselves because they don't like to toot their own horn. Or some people just aren't good at selling anything, but maybe they're great healers or great spiritual counselors, or they make great gemstone jewelry, but they're shy, or they maybe have beliefs that,
Hmm.
or programming from their childhood or past lives or whatever. Um, And so, some people they show up, they don't even have anything that tells people what they do. They don't make a sign. Sometimes they just sit at the back of their booth and read a book or whatever. And people need to learn these things before they show up for an event. And there's some things they can do. So I've always thought it would be a good idea to give them marketing tools and help them uh, with that part of it and help them change their beliefs if they have any that are obstructing their success. And so we've put together a package of several tools and trainings and tutorials and to make it possible for people to succeed.
Awesome. So what do you get with these booth plus marketing packages besides just a booth? What how what are some of the specific ways you're helping people to market and promote themselves better and be more successful exhibitors?
Well, for example, we're starting a bi-monthly newsletter that goes out to 25,000 people in addition to the regular e-blast we send out for each event. And
Hmm.
we're uh, encouraging speakers and exhibitors to write an article that is helpful or inspiring, um,
Hmm.
above and beyond just saying, I'm going to be at this show, come see me, but
Hmm.
helping people in some way. Uh,
Hmm.
and we can put like the first paragraph of their article into emails that go out just before the event that
Hmm.
they're exhibiting in. Uh, since we get a lot of these articles now that I've started asking people, we'll put like a paragraph in the article and then link it to our network, our New Earth network that we've just started, where people can read the articles, members of our network, which includes the public. They can read the full article there, and they'll see the article in these emails and other
Hmm.
markings, so that and it'll link to the full article on the New Earth Network page. So that's one is writing an article. The other is
Awesome.
making videos, or we have to help people do that. We also uh, are starting to do Facebook Live interviews, and
Yeah.
people will see.
And that's awesome because it goes out to it goes it's a really good way to do cooperative marketing because it goes out to your people, it goes out to their people. You can share it around, and Facebook really rewards Facebook videos a lot. So if if somebody wants to do a boost, it's gonna do perform better than just a text post or whatever. So yeah, that seems like a really good way to get a lot more interest and a lot more people is doing those Facebook Live interviews. That seems like a really good idea.
Yeah,
Um,
and people are super excited about it, that are hearing about it. Um,
cool. And I guess you also have you already mentioned the network where you're starting to migrate your list over to this network where people can actually connect locally, so the vendors and the attendees and the event producers and the everyone can kind of find each other based on location and network with people in this community instead of being like with everybody in the world on Facebook. You've got this private community, so that's really cool. And then you're also giving away. You also have this online expo aspect that's starting, so you're giving people a free month in that as well, right?
Yeah, because I mean, when this business was started in 1980, believe it or not, we've been putting on events for 39 years. And in those days, there was no internet. There were postcards and newspaper ads were the way that marketing happened for the events. And those are no longer effective.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our demographic doesn't really read newspapers much anymore. So, and the other thing is also email. There's so much email that that's not particularly effective as much as it used to be. When 20 years ago, we kind of started shifting over from newspaper ads to emails, and now it's almost like it's time to make the next shift, because the emails are so much that any marketing emails tend to get thrown into a special folder or the spam folder, where it's just labeled as marketing or promotional emails along with Walmart and Target and things like that. And so the great thing about this new network is that it does a lot of the sending messages within the system, and it also automatically sends out emails to people that go into their primary inbox as opposed to into their promotional folder, which they may never even look at. So
yeah, this is amazing. We've got a whole ecosystem here. So it's basically like first create an offer and then get a new customer and have a way to network with them and make friends with them and not try to hard sell them something really expensive when you first meet them. And then you get them in there and then they become choose your booth button. And right below this video you guys can see the expo dates coming up. And if they have any questions, they should call you, right? 831-239-6835.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people will have questions, and I'm happy to talk to anybody about it, because it's really awesome. We're no longer just selling a booth in a show and you've got to make all your money on that one day. We're providing an ongoing system for marketing them. We'll do stuff before the event with you if you're willing to work with us. During the event, after the event, those listings are still there, and the connections that you make will continue to be messaged about things that you're doing, because you'll be able to post things on there anytime. It's an ongoing thing, so that the events become a showcase for you, where you can actually meet people in person that maybe you've been communicating with in the network for a while.
Yeah, and if the exhibitors, if you guys watching this have like, say you're using MailChimp or something like that, or ActiveCampaign, and it's if you're like me, you don't. I mean, nowadays the only people that are getting through on email really are these top marketers who send out emails every single day, and they're giving value. They're not just selling something. And I don't tend to just naturally write an email every day. I mean, I could probably form that habit if I want, but I actually really like your system better, because I just it's so awesome that I can go on there and form my own little group for my company and grow my own list on there, and it'll do all the email marketing for me, and all I have to do is network and grow my list and post articles and videos and schedule events and schedule webinars, and it'll do all the email marketing like automatically, and it also doesn't just email them, it notifies them through the network. So I think it's a much, much better way to keep people engaged. And like, I can't even imagine going back and using an email management thing. So I actually think that what you're offering here is could save people a lot of money on their constant contact, and they can actually just import their contacts, which is amazing. And then it'll just start actually engaging them and marketing to them. So I think it's incredible, and I'm really excited for people to start playing around with it. So this is an exciting launch.
Yeah, it's a quantum leap in the effectiveness of not only exhibiting, but teaching people how to market themselves above and beyond just showing up at an event. Because without that, it's probably doomed to fail unless they really learn these things. We're providing them free tools for building websites, for making videos, for all kinds of things. In fact, it's all the tools that we use to create events, and we create at least 30 events a year and have for 39 years now. We've created more than 1,000 events, and we've tried all the tools and used different ones over time. And we're now using the same tools that some of the most cutting edge marketers in the world are using, and many, many billionaires are using the exact same tools that we have now decided to use ourselves and are offering other people and giving them, some of them for free, some of them are free trials in the beginning, some of them are eternally free. So we're just sharing that knowledge with you of what works best. And there are people using these tools that are making $30,000 a month, or you may know more about this, Emerson, than I do, because you're familiar with some of
these. There's people making all kinds of ranges. It depends on what they're doing. You can have the best tools in the world, but if you don't actually use them, then they're not going to work for you. But if you do use them and you actually learn how to make good offers, because if you don't have a good offer, no tool is going to help you sell a bad offer. You know what I mean? And when I say bad and good, I don't mean like people are bad or good. I just mean that sometimes people make offers that people don't actually go for because they don't want it, or maybe they're showing the offer to the wrong people. But if you have a good offer and you know what people to show it to, then it can really help to have some of these tools. There are people who have with some of the tools that we're using who've gone from nothing to building businesses that make $30 million a year and impact millions of people's lives. And there's people that have can just they'll use something and they'll just it's kind of like the same thing you were talking about of two different approaches to doing an expo. So the same stuff that you're talking about is what works online. So for example, if I could use the most amazing website builder in the world or the most amazing landing page tool in the world or whatever, but if I just throw something on it and I don't put any thought into it, and then I walk away and I don't send any traffic to it, then it probably won't do anything. But if I do the same strategy that your successful exhibitors over the years, the most successful ones have done, which is I know Caitlin Kate has built an amazing, her Vibes Up company is doing incredibly well, and she did she still does expos, but she started off at expos and now she has like physical stores and stuff, and she has a great product, but she also has a great offer. So when I've gone to her booth or I know when she has talks, she'll give people a gift. You know what I mean? And then I know that you've had chiropractors who have done your shows for years, and they'll do like a little mini session or something with people like for free all day. They'll come into their booth and they have an offer. They're where they get people in the booth all day doing these little 10-minute, 15-minute things, and then they sell them to come and be their new client for and get a package where they or a monthly thing where they see them every month or get an adjustment every week or whatever it is. So that's the same kind of thing, that if you do that with the tool, like there's amazing tools out there that are accessible to us all now. And if you do that same strategy, then and you're actually modeling success, you can do amazing things. So that's why you're having the weekly coaching, right? So that we can help people with some of this stuff.
Yeah, we're going to be giving free coaching. I'd like to add something to the story about Caitlin Keat of Vibes Up. She started 10 years ago at our expo in Sacramento with half of a booth, just to see if she thought she had a viable idea for a business. And at the end of one event, she said, I can do this. I can make this work. And as you just said, she now owns multiple stores, Santa Cruz, Sacramento area, I think, Reno area, or I don't know how many she's got. She's adding them all the time. She's got dozens of employees. She's created hundreds of amazing products. And she started one of our events 10 years ago.
That's amazing. You know, what'd be really cool is if you had different guest coaches on the weekly coaching for the exhibitor success, secrets. It'd be really cool if you imparted what you've learned from 30 some odd years of putting on these events and watching what is working. But it would be also cool if you could bring people on like Caitlin and other people that have really made your shows work, and they could kind of maybe teach something that they have really specialized knowledge in or something like that. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. In fact, if there's anybody that has a lot of accumulated wisdom about how to be successful promoting themselves in a similar business, I would love to hear from them, and we'll have them as a guest on this. We're planning on doing, this is one of the new things, is at least a weekly webinar where we interview somebody like what you're talking about, or somebody who's got a business that would like to talk about what they do, or we're going to have some that are focused on like the tools for being successful as an entrepreneur in this field. And we're going to be just giving lots of very helpful and inspiring information from our speakers and exhibitors and people who are participating in our online marketplace.
Awesome. Well, all sounds great. So yeah, if you guys are ready, go ahead and click the button, and you can register for your Booth Plus marketing package, or if you want to register online, or if you would prefer to register by phone, just call Dean and at 831-239-6835, or you could text him. Is text okay?
Absolutely. I'll just call you back though.
Okay. Yeah, you can. He'd be happy to answer any questions or give you a little bit of free consulting about your business, or take your order by phone. And you can also click the button and start choosing your options now. So thank you so much. And anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Well, I just wanted to say that one of the things we're offering people is, like you just alluded to, is free coaching, and from a variety of coaches. Like I can coach people about how to be a successful exhibitor. Got lots of stories of what different vendors are doing and what's working for them, and what other people do and not working for them. I'll be sharing that stuff. And then also you're a great coach on the tools for creating your dream business and your dream life, because you've been researching all these tools for years. And
yeah, I'd love to do one just about the 3 steps to achieving any goal. I've narrowed down some really cool stuff that can work on anything from choosing the right website builder to it's just a really simple system that can, whether your goal is to lose weight or launch an amazing business, or figure out how to do Facebook marketing. I've got a really cool system that literally can work on anything. So I think that would be fun to share.
Awesome. And we've also got tools for deprogramming your beliefs that are maybe standing in the way of your success. And we've got a number of coaches who offer, how to deprogram your core beliefs or your emotional blocks. Or we just did one this morning on if you had a vow of poverty from being a monk in a past life that was making it to make a good living.
That's actually step one of my of what I was talking about of our 3 steps to achieving any goal. Step one is actually getting your subconscious on board. You could call it mindset. You could call it programming yourself. You could call it, whatever you want to call it. That's actually the most important step. That first step, which is getting the mental frameworks and the emotional, into the right vibration and getting your subconscious like fully inspired and on board for what it is that your goal is, that you're working on accomplishing. So that actually is the first step.
I agree. That's the most important thing. And a lot of our coaches will give you half hour to an hour of free coaching to get you started. So we highly encourage you to take advantage of all these things, that some of the offers that other people have, including a lot of free things that you will get in these packages.
Well, great. Awesome. So yeah, go ahead and click the button or give Dean a call and reserve your Booth Plus marketing package today. Oh, we should mention that all the booths are 30% off right now, right? And but that is going to, when is that going to end? You're going to go to, you're ending that special on what day?
Well, we've been working on this whole new package, some of which we've just described, for a while. Mm-hmm. And we're on the final steps. There's a few more graphic images to upload and a few more videos to make, this being one of them, and a few more automatic letters that go out when you buy a booth, so that the whole thing works kind of automatically. So even if you don't ever call me, everything will just be taken care of, and you'll get all the information you need automatically. So we're putting the final touches on all the steps, and some of them are going to be what we call minimum viable product, in that they're not totally perfect yet, as far as like some of the letters that you might get or something like that. But we're getting it to the point where we could probably launch it within a day or two. So I know that by the end of March, it'll be done, and that's only a few days away. So if you are interested,
awesome. Well, so the best time to get it while it's hot. Click the button and get your Booth Plus marketing package today.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I really appreciate you sharing this time with me, Emrys, and we have a few more things to do, and then we're going to send out this email and start the new system.
Okay, awesome. Well, yeah, so go ahead and get started, and we'll talk to you guys on the next step. Thank you.
Thank you.